Hello, Aquarius, and welcome to Indigo Rising Tarot. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope you're having a great day. This will be a weekly reading for the week of November 30th through December 6th. And during that time, we will have a waxing gibbous moon, and that's a really good time for us to really demonstrate how flexible we can be in making adjustments. So anything that you've started on the new moon and little projects, things that you're working on, just kind of look around and see what needs to be adjusted, where you can do better, and what you need to let go of and maybe not do anymore of what's not working. So we then move into the full moon energy. The full moon's on the 5th, but of course that energy can last for a day up to it, and even the day after. I feel like it's a few days, but that could be a time of heightened emotions. Some people can feel overwhelmed and anxious, maybe a little snappy and irritable, or if you're like me, I just see it as a really good full energy time. I get a lot done. I don't sleep a lot. You can get sleep disruptions. I certainly have that, but I just feel super energetic during the full moon. I always have. So this will be an intuitive general reading, Aquarius. So please take what am I trying to say? Please take what resonates and leave what doesn't on the table for someone else. My brain got distracted there for a second. And your overall message for this reading is a new romantic cycle begins. Okay, let's see what the Aquarians have going on with a new romantic cycle. That's always fun. I have not seen that card for a few weeks, so maybe you get to start us off, Aquarius. As I'm shuffling, I will say that my fun weekly reminder this week is that you notice the world around you when it comes to synchronicities. So this could be songs that you overhear. It might be an animal that you see or conversation that you overhear. It could be repeating number patterns. There's just so many different ways that I can't even think of. When I think of some synchronicities that have happened to me, and then they're very specific, but it's like, wow, that was amazing. But just pay attention to those things. It's the way of the universe of offering you little breadcrumbs and hints and clues about things that we should and shouldn't be doing. So that is just my fun weekly reminder. Let's get into this reading. Aquarius, November 30th through December 6th, a new romantic cycle begins. Your present energy is the High Priestess. So this new romantic cycle can begin with maybe a dream that you're having, maybe looking for that intuition. If you're single, it might be it might be the intuition that tells you to stop at this grocery store today, and that's where you meet someone. It might be your intuition telling you, if you're in a relationship, to purchase this gift for your person because it guides you to a gift that you need to do and do something nice for them. So there's all those different ways that synchronicities might play in, but it also could be something having to do with a dream. That's something that the High Priestess is. It's intuition, but also the dream world. Those kind of mystery, those things that come about in a little bit more mysterious way, right? Your current situation is lots of choices, so that's nice. Again, if you're single, that means lots of maybe choices in that realm. If you're with a person, that also means you have lots of choices, lots of different ways that you can go about this to kick off a new romantic cycle and to do something fun and different. This is, do something different on a date, go to dinner at a different, to a different restaurant, take a little trip somewhere, all the different choices that you have to kind of amp up the passion and romance in your life. At the root of this situation is that you've been feeling a little bit like an outsider. And so, is this in your relationship you're feeling like this, or kind of in the world? There may be some reason why this is something that you need to amp up right now. If you've been feeling a little bit like an outsider, a little bit like, sometimes people are just buckled down and so busy working that it's like, oh, all my friends are doing these fun things and I haven't been because I've been working so hard. You may feel like an outsider in that way. In whatever way it's manifesting for you, it's time to kind of get off that horse. And if you're feeling like an outsider, do things that make you feel more included. And it could be with your romantic partner as well. In your recent past is the Ten of Pentacles. So yeah, this might have been you just being hard at work, so that you're just kind of forgetting that there is life besides just work and the things that we have to do every day to get by. and you're thinking, oh, am I ignoring this part of my life? So don't ignore one part of your life and then something else gets out of balance. So that's why there's a balance of all of these different elements, right? We have to make sure that our cups are full, our pentacles are taken care of, but also we're communicating with that air energy of the sword, and we have passion of the wand. So make sure that all of those elements are represented somewhere in your life. And if they're lacking, that's where we need to make adjustments, right? What's on your mind this week is more pentacles here. But looks like you've put the time in, you've put the work in, and maybe that's why you're at this place where you can think about something different. We also have 77 on the table when it comes to numerology. So look up angel number 77 and see if that has any bearing on your situation. But yeah, there's really nothing you can do. You've put the time, you put the energy into work, and now it is time for this new romantic cycle and to think about something else for a change. And maybe you've had some intuition that's been telling you that. Maybe there was a dream or something, something synchronistically that came about that has kind of just told you like, hey, it's time. There's nothing else you can do at work. Wait for this stuff to come to fruition. What is just ahead of you this week? Well, look at that. Look, when we listen to our intuition and follow what the universe is saying, it takes us to our ultimate happiness. This is 10 of cups. This is emotional cups full. This is open heart, feeling full, feeling fulfilled, happy family. It's just it's the 10. It's the best. It's the pot at the end of the rainbow, right? Ultimate happiness there. So that's really great. Okay. Sorry, I had a low battery indicator on my phone. I was like, what's happening there? I don't think it's that low. All right, let's get through this reading then. In your advice position, judgment. So you may be making some sort of judgment on something there. And, is this judgment of the situation, of yourself, maybe? And the advice is to go ahead and accept that judgment and then move ahead with it. Let that judgment change the way you're doing something, the way something might be for you. So take that as it may be. What is beyond your control this week is a new journey. So love that. That's doing something new with the information that's coming in for you. And again, if that means meeting someone new or rekindling something within a relationship that you're already in, then go ahead and do that. Take off on that new journey. Even though we're in the middle of a cycle, again, it's time to make those adjustments. This thing's working for me. That way I'm going to do more of it. This thing's not working. I'm going to do less of that, right? What is your secret desire, or what you're trying to avoid is the Page of Swords. So our pages are about new paths. So new path of communication for you. Are you trying to avoid that, communicating in a new way? Or is it something that is your secret desire? That you're like, I want to be more open in this relationship. I want to talk more about whatever topic. I want to, communicate better. Or are you trying to avoid that? I mean, I feel like you're pretty open to all of this week. So I'm going to say that's not even a trying to avoid it. It really is you trying to communicate better, to be on this new path towards happiness there, which is awesome. In your outcome position is there you are hard at work, but I don't feel like now it's at work. I feel like it's hard at work on this and hard at work on your romantic cycle. I don't even feel like, even though that card is shown up here, I don't feel like it's just ignoring all this and back to work. I feel like you are, on this new journey with this Fool card, and the thing that you're working on now is really working on your relationship more than like your work thing. Like you've been, I feel like if you've kind of been a workaholic and you've had your head down, now you're hard at work on something that you really, I see this as the being in the moment card too. So that you're kind of being in the moment, but this time on your romantic things, not on work things. So let's see what's hidden from you at the bottom of the deck is the Three of Wands. So this is about maybe travel, new ventures, and this is kind of hidden from you. So we're not going to think about new things. We're just going to, the things that are in your life right now, we're really going to focus on those, and just really, again, buckling down and putting the time and energy into things that you need to. Let's get a final message here for Aquarius from the Soul Oracle deck. Final message for Aquarius in this new romantic cycle. Speak up. And that's probably that Page of Swords. Speak up. This might be a new way of communicating for you, but you need to speak up, and you may need to say, hey, it's time for us to do things a little bit differently. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to try these new ideas. We're going to, like I said, go. We have all these choices. What do you want to do? Let's go. Let's change the way we go on a date. Let's change date night. Or let's go on a date if we're single. So, all right, Aquarius, in self care, let's see what you guys need to do in the way of self care for this week. And the card that you get is the card that says shine. Don't dim your light. The world needs your unique talents and gifts. Shine brightly. So, yeah, shine brightly. You've got this new romantic cycle. You need to shine on these choices that you're making, make some different choices, communicate better, and buckle down and get to work on this new journey. You've made some sort of judgment. You don't want to feel like an outsider, and we want to move you towards your ultimate happiness here with this 10 of Cups. It's all in your hands. It's all about the choices that you're going to make and the things that you're going to do to make this happen. So, Aquarius, thanks so much for being here with me. I do hope there's something in this reading that you can take away and use this week. If you're comfortable sharing, drop me a comment down below and let me know, are you in a new romantic cycle? Are you doing things a little differently? And what are those things? You guys might want to exchange information, all the Aquarians in the comments. If you guys want to exchange information, that would be awesome. Also, if you have a question about this reading, I'd be happy to answer that for you. But if you would like and subscribe to my channel, it'll help you find me next week, where you can come back and we can see if this continues or if there's a completely new energy here for you next week. So thanks so much, Aquarius, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.